In the vast, pitch-black depths of the ocean, where sunlight never reaches and pressures are crushing, mysteries lie hidden that science still struggles to explain. Among them, some have baffled researchers for decades. These aren't myths or folklore. These are real, documented phenomena that continue to elude definitive answers. The first mystery takes us back to the year 1997, when the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, detected an underwater sound so powerful it was heard across the entire Pacific Ocean. They called it the Bloop. It was an ultra-low frequency sound that spanned thousands of kilometers, recorded by hydrophones placed far apart. The sound profile resembled that of a biological origin, like a massive creature calling out beneath the waves, but nothing known to science could have created a sound of such magnitude. To put it in context, the loudest known animal, the blue whale, produces sounds that can travel thousands of miles underwater. But the bloop was even louder, much louder, and yet there was no whale, no ship, no earthquake, just an unexplained organic-sounding noise from the deep. The sound seemed to originate from near Antarctica, in a remote part of the southern Pacific Ocean. That location only fueled the mystery, because it's one of the least explored and most isolated regions on Earth. Some speculated it could be a previously undiscovered sea creature, perhaps something even larger than a blue whale. Others proposed geological explanations like ice quakes, massive shifts, or cracking in Antarctic ice. In 2012, NOAA eventually leaned toward the theory that the sound was caused by icebergs cracking and breaking apart underwater. While this is plausible, not everyone is convinced. For many researchers and enthusiasts, that explanation doesn't quite fit the original acoustic profile. Why? Because the bloop's signature was strangely organic. It rose in frequency and volume in a way that seemed alive. That one element continues to fuel speculation that something more might be lurking in the abyss. Maybe an unknown species. Maybe the largest animal ever to live on Earth, hidden in plain or rather dark sight. It's worth noting that only a small fraction of the world's oceans have been explored. According to some estimates, more than 80% of the deep sea remains unmapped and unseen by humans. In such an environment, could something enormous still be hiding? Despite advances in sonar mapping, submersible exploration, and underwater sensors, the ocean guards its secrets well. And in the case of the bloop, it left us with more questions than answers. Is it possible that an undiscovered giant of the deep made that sound? Is it possible that our technology, limited by what it knows and recognizes, simply failed to categorize something new? Or is the simplest answer, cracking ice, the truth we're reluctant to accept because mystery is so much more thrilling? Either way, the bloop serves as a reminder of how little we really know about our own planet. While we launch telescopes to scan distant galaxies and probe planets light years away, the greatest enigma may still lie beneath the waves, right here at home. And every time you hear the echo of the bloop, just remember, in the depths of Earth's last frontier, something once called out loud enough to shake the sea, and no one knows exactly what it was. In the unexplored trenches of the ocean lies a place so deep, so alien, that even our most advanced submarines struggle to reach it. It's called the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of Earth's oceans. At nearly 11,000 meters, 36,000 feet deep, it's deeper than Mount Everest is tall. But it's not just the depth that's astonishing. It's what's been recorded down there that gives scientists pause. The second mystery begins in this cold, high-pressure darkness, where in 2015, researchers from NOAA dropped a deep-sea probe into the trench. What they found was something unexpected, an unidentifiable metallic sound that repeated at regular intervals. This sound, dubbed the Western Pacific Biot twang, remains unexplained to this day. This eerie, alien-like signal starts with a descending frequency, followed by a metallic-sounding twang. Unlike the bloop, which occurred once, the Biot twang has been recorded multiple times over the years, primarily in a specific region of the Mariana Trench. It lasts just a few seconds, but what makes it so bizarre is how consistent and structured it sounds. So what could it be? Some scientists have speculated that it might be a new kind of baleen whale call. But there's a problem. No known whale produces anything that sounds quite like this. The pitch is unusual, the structure unfamiliar, and the source untraceable. Others have suggested seismic activity, but again, the signal's rhythm and frequency shifts don't match standard earthquake patterns. Then there's a more unsettling theory, one that proposes the sound might not come from any known natural source at all. Could it be a byproduct of human technology, some sort of sonar experiment, a deep-sea drone, or military activity kept classified? It wouldn't be the first time unexplained ocean phenomena were later tied to secret operations. But many researchers remain convinced that it's biological. If that's the case, then the ocean may be home to a completely unknown marine species, one intelligent or evolved enough to communicate at depths where life is barely thought to exist. To add to the mystery, the Mariana Trench is home to extremophiles, organisms that thrive under extreme conditions of pressure and darkness. These creatures often look alien, bioluminescent, and move in unpredictable ways. If any place on Earth can still hide something massive and unknown, it's here. The Biot twang is a reminder that the ocean, even in the age of satellites and AI, still sings in voices we don't understand. Every mysterious sound, every anomaly, is a clue, one that may point to a vast web of life we've barely begun to detect. And while the mystery of the Mariana Sound remains unsolved, it sparks an even bigger question. If there are unknown species capable of communicating with sounds that escape classification, what else might be hiding in the world's last true frontier? Maybe the next time a probe dives into the trench, it won't just record another sound. Maybe it will meet the source. In the cold, pitch-black depths of the Southern Ocean, scientists stumbled upon something so bizarre that many refused to believe it was real at first. An enormous underwater anomaly known as the Baltic Sea anomaly. Discovered in 2011 by a team of Swedish treasure hunters using sonar equipment, the object appeared to be a perfectly round structure lying 300 feet beneath the surface of the Baltic Sea, roughly 60 meters long and 8 meters tall, with what looked like stairways, symmetrical lines, and even what some called a runway stretching behind it. Immediately, the internet exploded with theories. Some believed it was an ancient alien spacecraft that had crash-landed in the sea thousands of years ago. Others said it looked like the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. But amid the viral chaos, scientists were left with a perplexing geological riddle. What exactly is this thing? The third mystery dives deep into the confusion surrounding the Baltic Sea anomaly, a structure that defies easy classification. Sonar images show an object with hard edges, almost right angles, something that doesn't commonly occur in nature at that scale. Divers reported that their electronic equipment stopped working when they approached it. Cameras malfunctioned, lights dimmed, even the satellite phone lost connection. So what is it? The most skeptical voices argue that the anomaly is just a rock formation shaped by glacial movement thousands of years ago. But even that theory falls apart under scrutiny. The rock samples taken from the anomaly don't match the surrounding seabed. In fact, some materials, like unusually high concentrations of metals, have no known origin in the Baltic region. Another hypothesis is that it could be the remains of a sunken World War II device or construction. But again, the structure doesn't match any known design, and there's no record of such an installation ever being built. As researchers investigated further, they discovered strange grooves in the ocean floor leading up to the anomaly, almost as if the object had skidded across the seabed before coming to rest. The sonar imagery suggests movement. The composition suggests age, and the technology interference claims suggest something else entirely. Skeptics remain firm, suggesting it's a misinterpreted geological structure. But here's the real issue. Very few scientific expeditions have been allowed near it. Funding dries up. permits get blocked. The original Discovery team, Ocean X, claims they were even warned off from future dives. Why? This lack of access fuels theories of a cover-up. Could governments be hiding something? Or are these just the ramblings of conspiracy theorists trying to inject mystery where none exists? Either way, the Baltic Sea anomaly remains unexplained. It's not just its shape or location that baffles researchers, it's the silence, the lack of comprehensive follow-up studies, the absence of clear answers after more than a decade. And until we get a full, transparent scientific expedition to the site, the questions will keep growing. Is it a natural formation sculpted by ancient forces? A remnant of a lost civilization? A forgotten piece of military history? Or something not of this earth? For now, the only certainty is this. Buried in the icy dark of the Baltic, something strange is waiting. And whatever it is, it doesn't want to be understood. In the crushing depths of the western Pacific Ocean lies one of the most hostile and mysterious places on Earth, the Mariana Trench. At nearly 11,000 meters deep, so deep it could swallow Mount Everest, the trench is a place of darkness, freezing temperatures, and pressures over 1,000 times greater than at sea level. It's a realm that seems inhospitable to life, and yet something down there is making noise. In 2016, NOAA researchers recorded a bizarre, unidentified sound coming from the Mariana Trench. The sound, later nicknamed the Twilight Zone Bloop, was unlike anything they'd ever heard before. It lasted for over 3 minutes and had a frequency range that didn't match any known geological or marine event. It wasn't an earthquake. It wasn't a whale. It wasn't machinery. It was something else. The fourth mystery explores this eerie sound and what it could mean. The recording baffled scientists. It had tonal changes. It repeated in subtle variations, and it seemed to come from a specific location rather than being the result of background seismic activity. For a time, speculation went wild. Some suggested an undiscovered species of giant creature, something capable of producing low-frequency vibrations powerful enough to travel thousands of kilometers through the water. Others wondered if it could be underwater volcanic activity, but again, the sound profile didn't match. Some went further, claiming that the signal may not be biological or geological at all, but technological. Could it be remnants of an ancient machine buried in the abyss? Could it be a signal from something deeper, older, hidden beneath the trench floor? These questions aren't just fantasy. The Mariana Trench is one of the least explored places on the planet. Less than 5% of the trench has been directly observed by submersibles. What we do know is limited to brief missions, each of them uncovering stranger and more extreme forms of life than the last. Organisms that glow, microbes that consume hydrogen and methane, shrimp-like creatures with transparent exoskeletons. Life somehow finds a way to survive in complete darkness under immense pressure. And if life can exist there, what else might be lurking? Some researchers propose the idea of extremophiles that have evolved in complete isolation for millions of years. Creatures that never needed sunlight. Organisms that use chemosynthesis rather than photosynthesis. Possibly even intelligent life that looks nothing like us. The trench is also rich in deep-sea mineral deposits and rare earth elements, which has attracted attention from global powers for future mining operations. Could that interest be more than economic? Could nations be aware of something beneath the surface they aren't sharing? Adding to the enigma, several deep-sea probes have gone silent in the trench, lost contact, malfunctioned. Some suggest it's just the pressure. Others whisper it might be interference. What's more chilling is that we've heard the Twilight Zone bloop multiple times since its first recording. It's not a one-off anomaly. It seems to recur irregularly but undeniably, always in the same region, always with that same eerie resonance. And every time we hear it, we're reminded that the ocean doesn't belong to us. We think of space as the final frontier. But the deepest parts of our own planet remain more mysterious than Mars or the Moon. We don't know what's at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. And every new sound, every unexplainable signal hints at secrets too deep to reach. Maybe the real monsters of legend never left Earth. Maybe they never needed to hide. Maybe we just never looked far enough below. In the Mariana Trench, there are no lights, no roads, no rules, only the crushing dark. And something is calling from within it. In the frigid waters beneath Antarctica, hidden beneath a sheet of ice thicker than the tallest skyscraper, lies a body of water untouched by sunlight for millions of years, Lake Vostok. Buried under nearly 4,000 meters of solid ice, this massive subglacial lake has remained isolated since the age of the dinosaurs. And in 2012, when scientists finally managed to drill down and collect samples from its surface, they found something unexpected: microbial life. The discovery of microorganisms in such an extreme, closed-off environment was nothing short of astonishing. These microbes weren't like anything found in the surrounding ice or known terrestrial environments. They appeared genetically distinct, as if they had evolved in total isolation. Some even theorized they may represent an ancient branch of life, a genetic time capsule from a forgotten era. But that's only the beginning of the mystery. The fifth and final enigma takes us deep into the untouched world of Lake Vostok, a place where science, speculation, and fear collide. The lake spans more than 12,000 square kilometers, roughly the size of Lake Ontario, and contains more than 5,000 cubic kilometers of water. And all of it, every molecule, has been sealed off from the surface for up to 20 million years. In that time, evolutionary paths could have diverged wildly. Life forms could have adapted to total darkness, freezing temperatures, extreme pressure, and an ecosystem powered not by the sun, but by geothermal energy from Earth's core. That raises a terrifying question: what else could be down there? Some scientists have suggested the possibility of complex life, worms, crustaceans, maybe even fish, existing in this alien environment. We've seen similar extremophiles around hydrothermal vents deep in the ocean. So why not here? Others go further. Speculation abounds about ancient ecosystems, preserved viruses, or microbial intelligences that could present unknown risks to surface life. After all, if life down there has been evolving without interference for millions of years, it could be biologically incompatible with everything we know. When Russian scientists first breached the lake, controversy erupted. The drill used kerosene and freon, chemicals potentially contaminating the pristine environment. Some researchers warned that we might have already tainted whatever secrets Lake Vostok held. Others speculated that samples taken showed strange DNA sequences, though these claims remain unverified. Still, the mystery endures. What makes Lake Vostok truly chilling is the possibility that it's not unique. Antarctica may conceal more than 400 other subglacial lakes, vast hidden biospheres beneath the ice, completely cut off from the rest of the world. If life exists in one, it may exist in many. The implications go beyond Earth. If organisms can thrive beneath kilometers of ice, in darkness and pressure, then Europa and Enceladus, icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, might also harbor life beneath their frozen crusts. Lake Vostok is more than a curiosity. It's a model for alien oceans. But there's one more wrinkle. Some conspiracy theories suggest that secret research is being conducted beneath Antarctica, that governments know more than they're telling us, that strange electromagnetic anomalies have been detected above the lake, that military personnel have visited under classified missions, that there's something down there. While there's no evidence to support such claims, the secrecy surrounding Antarctic expeditions only fuels speculation. Scientific teams operate in isolated, dangerous environments, often under tight logistical controls. Information is slow to release, and that vacuum invites imagination to run wild. So what is Lake Vostok? A pristine ecosystem from another time? A biological Pandora's box? A preview of alien life? Or all three? We may not know for decades. Drilling deeper, sending in robotic submersibles, and conducting full explorations are enormous challenges. For now, the lake sleeps beneath its frozen shroud, untouched, unseen, unheard. But one day, when we finally send eyes and instruments beneath the ice, we may discover that the strangest life forms on Earth were never in the rainforest, or the desert, or even the ocean. They were waiting, right beneath our feet. The ocean is vast. It covers more than 70% of our planet, yet more than 80% of it remains unexplored. We've mapped Mars in greater detail than the seafloor of Earth, and as we've seen, hidden in these depths are mysteries that challenge our understanding of life, history, and even reality itself. From monstrous sounds echoing through the dark abyss, to sunken cities that whisper of ancient civilizations, to vast underwater whirlpools that behave like aquatic black holes, to volcanic landscapes teeming with alien-like life, to lakes buried beneath ice, untouched for millions of years. Each of these mysteries tells us something profound: that Earth is far more mysterious, more extreme, and more alive than we often imagine. We like to think of nature as something we've catalogued and explained, but the truth, we've only scratched the surface. The ocean, with its crushing pressure, perpetual darkness, and ancient silence, is a mirror of the unknown. It's a place where science meets speculation, where facts blur into legends, and where the next great discovery might be just a few hundred meters below the waves. But maybe that's the real beauty of the ocean's secrets. They remind us that mystery still exists, that not everything has been answered. That curiosity is still worth chasing. So as we look to the stars and search for life on distant planets, let's not forget what lies beneath us, because the greatest alien worlds might still be hidden in the deepest corners of our own. Stay curious and never stop exploring.